want to introduce Aaron, our facilitator for today, who I'm quite fond of. I'm going to tell you a story about Aaron that he does not know I'm going to say. That one of the things that really endeared me to Aaron is I think there were 8 of you, 8 monks who stayed in our house in 2017 when we had the Ghost Ranch Earth Holder retreat. And my wife and I moved out so they could have the house. And I came home and they were all cleaning. And there was Aaron. I was so endeared by this Aaron. There was Aaron with the vacuum cleaner, vacuuming my entire house. And I felt such love for his willingness to be the simple person vacuuming the house. So that's my personal little intro, but I will now give the more formal one. So Aaron is known as Brother Fulfillment. He's a mindfulness and meditation teacher, counselor, trauma healer, and climate justice activist. For 14 years, he lived as a Buddhist monastic in the Plum Village tradition as a student of Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. He's an ordained Dharma teacher and member of the Order of Interbeing, also founded by our teacher, Tai. Aaron works one-on-one and with groups in the field of trauma healing and is trained in somatic experiencing. He also uses the teachings and practices of nonviolent communication. Aaron has been active in supporting young adult mindfulness communities, organizing and leading listening circles, and supporting a wide array of communities engaged in social transformation and healing, including climate justice activism and earthholding. Aaron currently lives and works in New York City. I don't think that's true anymore.
Oh, that's not. I get you got an old, old one.
So I think Aaron is currently staying at Deer Park Monastery. And Aaron, if you'd like to put how people can contact you if they're interested in any of your work, please feel free to put that in the chat.
Is that typically, is it like email okay? Is that people
whatever you are happy to share.
Always happy to get emails from people. Yeah. I'm not super fast though. What is it?
So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you. And thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Naomi. Thank you, everyone, for setting aside this time to come on Zoom and to be. I wonder which view you have. Maybe you switch to the Hollywood Squares view. That's what I like to call it. It's I don't know. Some of you may not know about that show. Anyway, but little squares of people. It's an old TV show. But if you switch on that view, you can see some of the faces of our community for this morning, and just taking a moment to welcome each other with our eyes, our smiles, seeing some of the faces. Yeah, I'll just say a tiny bit about my intention. So we have a sense of the flow, which is to do some grounding practice and centering presence. I wanted to touch into presence and being present. So some guided practice there, and then extending that to being present for each other a little bit in the circle. And I might share a little bit now before we go into that, and a little after, and then also would like to welcome some large group experiences or reflections, insights, and then we'll go into, and we have a pretty good sized group today, which is wonderful. And we can go into some smaller group for continuing that presencing practice and holding space for each other in the direction of healing, transformation is really valuable to me. And also want to offer some reflections from what touched me, what inspired me this year, and was very fortunate to be able to go back to Plum Village for a couple weeks and to be part of the Love is Freedom Earth Holder retreat that the Earth Holders, some of you maybe helped put that together or participated in that, and I was there in person, so that was really powerful. So was anyone able to be a part of that online? I just would like to see some people. Anyone in person was able to go? Just kind of, yeah. Oh, there's Tom. So I was there with you in person, and wonderful. Just a little connection there. And then, yeah, I think that we normally do a land acknowledgement at the beginning of this, and I would like to do that, but I haven't. I was thinking maybe it was not me who did that part, so I haven't prepared it really. But do you have something? Should I do it intuitively? I don't know if this is okay. If I just do it.
That sounds beautiful. Please, intuitively
Okay.
lead a
Okay. All right.
non-local,
Yeah.
since we're non-local, right?
Okay. So, because I was just seeing that people are signing in from different parts of some people have put where where they are. I see someone in Ireland there, which is really, thank you for joining us. And so maybe if we just take a moment to change if it's easy for you to do, and you want to change your name and add the place. If you know the place of the indigenous name for the place where you are. I think in Ireland, there's also an indigenous in the native language. I'm at Deer Park Monastery, and I'm not recalling the name of the people, and we might not remember the names of the people, which are the ancestral wisdom holders of the land you can think of. And many places, the people are still holding these places for us. In some places, they have been dispossessed of the land, and whatever the case may be, I think we just take a moment maybe to breathe with the land ancestors of where we are and what we know of their wisdom, and also acknowledging that there's this oppression that has taken place, which has removed many people from the stewardship of the land, from their place on the land. So we want to set the strong intention to heal that and to allow the wisdom to come back, and to honor and respect the people who come before, and to be active in learning about our land ancestors, the roots of the places where we are, because that's maybe part of our healing journey. Is there anyone who has indigenous roots who would like to also something for us? If you do, and please let me know. Gratitude to our land ancestors. Thanks for doing that part. invite the sound of the bell, and so we can begin to do some just centering and grounding, coming back, breathing, coming back to the body, being present for what's we're carrying today. Enjoy the sound of the bell. We will do a few sounds, and then we'll go into some guidance. Maybe if you'd like to soften your eyes, close the eyes. That allows you to come into a sense of interior presence for the body. It's wonderful. If it feels better to have the eyes partly open, fully open, then maybe taking in something visually that is soothing, that can be grounding, and also feeling free to adjust anything, anytime for the meditation, to turn the camera on or off, to change our posture, to open or close the eyes. Just the space of allowing ourselves to be as we are and noticing our bodies, taking a moment to rest the body, feeling the contact with the cushion or the chair, that sensation on the skin, on the bones, the muscle, the feet, the legs, our seat, the back, and to rest into that, allowing if there's some resting and settling that wants to happen, we can allow that. And maybe we also have found our breath happening, coming in, going out, and we can rest into that rhythm also, if that feels good. Just taking some moments to settle, find the breath, if that's a good resource. If it's more like the contact or the sensations of aliveness in the body, you can, the weight, you can use that also. Just notice how we're becoming present. And we can bring this presence into awareness of the body. So present for our whole body, breathing with the whole body, or just sensing the whole body. And it's normal, we notice some pain, some tension beginning doing that. So we can acknowledge that, welcome that. And also take a moment to look for the what's going well in our body, what is feeling stable or grounded, what is feeling neutral, at ease, feeling of background presence, the energy, tingling, flowing, warmth or coolness of the body. Overall aliveness that we can touch into a sensation in the body. Give ourselves some time to be with that, notice that, be present for our body. And you may like to breathe with that, or you may like to do it in your own way. Touch a little bit of the joy or wonder. Even if there's pain, there can still be these elements of appreciation for the body. Appreciating the body, present, alive. And also maybe calming, maybe there's some resting, relaxation happening. We can also appreciate. We like just to offer, maybe take a moment also to acknowledge a little more deeply any places that are in pain in the body. We can use our hand, we can put a hand on somewhere on our heart or other part of the body. Take some breaths and welcoming a little bit, just noticing the sensation of discomfort or pain. It's also an aliveness and energy giving us some feedback, and we can just be present right there, not having to change or do anything, just notice and acknowledge and perhaps be some more detail. And we may also notice places in the body that feel distant or quiet or even numb at all. And it can also be really valuable to just honor that, to see that, and notice there's a wisdom in the body. And there, we're just listening to that wisdom, listening to our bodies, welcoming. We can breathe with that for a little bit. Noticing the increased presence. Maybe we have more presence now for the body, presence in the body. And let's turn to another next field of practice we often do in our mindful practice, the feelings. We can just notice what feelings we might be having now. Emotional energies that are present that we might have carried in to the call, something active, something on our heart, a worry, tension, could be a joy, be something we're carrying from the longer term, what's happening around us in our environment, our society, our relationships, and maybe different feelings connected to that. So just welcoming the feelings, noticing, bringing presence to the feelings. And we might notice how the feelings live in our body. Stronger, subtle, different elements of feeling, positive, negative, and just give a moment to notice what's alive. It's alive in us and feeling. And we can breathe with that. And maybe there's this sense of the feeling, things calming down. If that's happening, we can welcome that, notice that, and maybe invite that a little bit if it wants to come in to our breathing or with awareness of the body to allow things to settle, to be. And maybe it's not calming, it's increasing, feeling more tense, and we may need to adjust or take a pause, and that's also okay. And just to honor what's happening, be with that. And we have this sense of presence. Maybe we can touch our awareness, how we're aware, mindful of the feelings in the body, and appreciating that awareness. Maybe we have a sense of being in this practice space in our own environment, wherever we are, that feels supportive. Keep that in also. And the next area, we'll just take in our mind, quality of mind, aware of the mind, the activity of the mind, and, be peaceful, can be agitated. Our thoughts can be coming, all of thoughts or few thoughts. We just want to notice the activity and allow it to be there. You can breathe with it. What is on our heart and mind? What is important right now that's coming into our awareness? Is it something from our environment, bringing our attention to that, or a memory, past, something about the future? Just notice. You can see how the body is relating, connected to the mind, also body and mind coming together as we breathe. take a moment to notice our mind, and maybe calming mind, resting of the mind in the body can feel soothing. And maybe it's more active, agitated. That's also okay. Just notice. Also take a moment, and if the mind can concentrate a little bit, meaning stay present at a deeper level, a little longer. Maybe it's present with the breath or present with one part of the body, someplace we want to sustain that presence a little bit. Bring the awareness deeper. Touch some gratitudes. Maybe it's simply for presence, for community, for aliveness in this moment, or other gifts we're aware of. It could be the practice itself, our teachers. Allow the mind to touch gratitude or gladness. Concentrate a little bit any area that wants more attention. Maybe the body, the feelings, the memories. I'd like to now invite us to extend our awareness outward. So we just have a chance to listen with our ears. We can hear the sounds near and far away. You're maybe hearing my voice through the computer, but there's more sound. Creates our space, the environment we're in. So this inner presence, knowing what's happening within us and knowing a little bit what's happening around us, bringing that together. And also already have a sense of the presence of the community, knowing, we know intuitively these people all here on this call, sensing into what we're personally carrying into the space and what others, we may already have a sense of what others may be carrying into the space, and we can just rest in that awareness of community here. Our presence for ourselves and our presence for the community. Let's take a moment just to, it's very, in the realm of healing, it's important that we can recognize and touch painful places. So we may have something we're carrying, some pain we haven't been aware of. In the context of the community, it can be held. Maybe there's support for that. We may be aware of difficulties that others are going through in different parts of the world, or in our own neighborhood, or our own family, or friends, or our local community, just to be with that present, not changing or solving, just to be aware and feel into the moment for that. And just to the degree that's doable for us right now. Any places also where it feels numb or hard to touch into, it's important to notice that. Just welcoming that. That's also a kind of wisdom of protection to take a few moments quietly to notice, be present. Be some energies of fear or discomfort, and we notice that in the body, we can, in the mind, the feelings, we can just bringing that, like the collective, allowing the collective to hold us a little bit, and breathing together may support that, our awareness of that. I'm going to invite us to continue this presencing and this place of concentrating on being deeply present, and to continue with the intention to continue that as we're able, and to connect with the eyes. So that is to blink the eyes a little bit. And we want to stay present. So we're staying in that meditative space, but now taking in some light. And maybe, so this is not the end of the meditation space, we're just continuing. But now we can breathe and feel our bodies and open, and we can even open and close the eyes. So we can go back and forth in our presence, and then the presence for the others. Maybe we can look, there's something like have some trees and natural beauty here, blue sky, we can take into, and then come back to my awareness, what's happening within me. And the invitation now is just to take in the screen with your eyes, if this feels good, and you can see some faces here. And to breathe in and know you're there for yourself first, present, your own body, your feelings, and that you can bring this presence to another face, another person here, and offer that presence. So I'll invite you, you can pick one screen that you would like, and just one face. And you may touch that there's some joy there, some peace. There may be also some pain, or discomfort, maybe wonder, curiosity, openness, just to take in And breathe and feel yourself present, alive, and know your body there, here. So we're really here for each other in this way, and that can be very powerful collective presence we have now, and just welcoming what everyone's bringing here. Notice how it feels now to receive. Imagine receiving. So you might see some of the faces, everyone's looking, taking in someone, and just imagine this person is taking you in, receiving you, holding you in presence. And what is that like to be felt by someone else, to be have someone there for you, and very present and alive, and just take a moment to feel that. Like the sound of the bell now, and breathe together. And a good sound. Thank you. So, dear friends, this is mostly what I want to bring to this space is our presence. And from this place of presence, I would like to invite, if someone feels they have something you would like us all to hold in some way, that you, and it's a fairly large group, but if you feel comfortable and you would like to put that in, it may be something you feel in your body or some awareness that you have where there's something blocked or it wants to move. It could be within us or in our community or what's happening around us in the environment. So just want to take a moment, allow that. And because large group, you may need to bow and kind of get our attention. Thank you everyone for your practice today. Maybe just to close, before I read the sharing of the merit, we take a moment to ground ourselves again and breathe. Maybe some of us have touched strong feelings because we were invited into a space where we can hold maybe anger, maybe fear, maybe sadness. And we just need the community support to be there for us so we can generate a moment of presence. And we can take what we have received here, holding each other. Take a few breaths together to hold each other and the feelings. Because the healing that we need is healing for the earth, for the wounds of oppression that are very old, and the deep roots in our ancestral and collective traumas that we carry generationally. So it's not a simple work, but we are making steps on the journey. So let us take a moment to breathe together and hold space for each other.
Sorry.
Looking again, that presence, offering our presence to each other, taking in a few of the faces and saying that I'm here for you inside your heart. And we can bring this practice out when we go out and again, slow down and be present for Mother Earth and the trees, plants, animals, and also the people that may be suffering in the street that we meet. Some of these people may have a lot of wealth and power and maybe in deep denial of the pain that is happening. So they also need our compassion and sometimes fierce compassion to help them wake up and be present. So let me read it now to you. Let me find it. I have it. This is a beautiful offering from the One Earth Sangha. And I think Nomi will put the link to it in the chat for us, if the resource. So if you want to use it in your own practice or elsewhere, you can have access. And this is offering the merit or sharing the merit, sharing our gratitude to life and Mother Earth. And we'll do the extended version because it's beautiful. So just centering ourselves to receive these words and let them flow into us. Nothing to do, just being present. May all places be held sacred. May all beings be cherished. May all injustices of oppression and devaluation be fully righted, remedied, healed. May all who are captured by hatred be freed to love that is our birthright, to the love that is our birthright. May all who are bound by fear discover the safety of understanding. May all who are weighed down by grief be given over to the joy of being. May all who are lost in delusion find a home on the path of wisdom. May all wounds to forests, rivers, deserts, oceans, all wounds to Mother Earth be lovingly restored to bountiful health. May all beings everywhere delight in whale song, bird song, and blue sky. May all beings abide in peace and well-being, awaken and be free. The sound of the bell, each other and the earth.